project is currently in the final construction stages, and having two different companies working in the same cabinets could potentially introduce the potential for miscommunication and finger pointing if issues did arise. With this additional consideration in mind, staff recommends award of the contract to Progression Electric, LLC. The town has worked with Progression in the past, and we've always been pleased with their performance.
Second.
Okay. Any
No, sir.
questions? None, okay. Alderman Meyer?
Pass.
Alderman White?
None.
Vice Mayor? Alderman Burnett?
No questions.
I have none as well. With discussion complete, I'll ask that in favor vote by saying yes.
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 Any noes? Let the record show that the contract has been approved as presented. Next will be approval of contract for professional design services, MBLP, pickleball courts and parking.
Evening, folks. Ron Ostrike, Parks and Recreation Director. As you know, pickleball has been a well-discussed topic in our community and in Parks and Athletics Council and at this board level. You know our history, you know our challenges at the courts at McPhee. Approved this evening at the FY25 CIP budget, a lighted pickleball complex and new parking lot at Mayor Bob Leonard Park, where Rectangle Field 6 currently sits along Harrison Road. On the agenda this evening is a proposed approval of design work. Because of its unique nature, I've asked David Craig from Ross Fowler to speak about the specifics of the design process. David.
Good evening. When Mr. Osterrick reached out to us, we started the process by, he described the project to us. Then we subsequently got more information from him about what the project could be and where the project would be located. And then we prepared the concept drawing that you see here on the screen. We think that there are maybe another concept or two that we might want to consider and put in front of the Parks Department just to explore alternatives for that layout. But this is what we presented as part of the proposal. And so what we anticipate is when we get under contract, we would work with Mr. Ostrich to look at maybe some other arrangements and make sure that we get the best arrangement for the town. And then proceeding from that, we would move forward with full documents, get it ready to go to bid in construction.
I'm going to make a motion for approval and award of contract to Ross Fowler for their design services in the amount of $99,200.
Second.
Okay.
No, sir.
None. Okay. You read my mind. I'll start on this one. Currently, we have courts set up that run north and south. In this particular instance, I think these courts run east and west. Now, is the sun? I think our pickleball players must have all left, but
I'm still here. I'm still here.
okay. My concern is really with this design, I mean, it's great, other than my concern is, do the courts need to be
North and south.
the other way?
Could be.
For that reason.
We're not married to this.
Yeah, we're not married to that
Okay.
design.
I know.
Okay.
That's my turn to ask a question. Anyway, that's my only comment. And Vice Mayor, you're next.
All I needed was, this was just to put a picture on a piece of
Yep.
paper.
Yeah,
and
there's
we'll
other
be-
designs that are coming.
We'll be working through the community public input on how we really want this to look.
Alderman Meyer.
Pass.
Alderman White.
None.
Alderman Burnett.
Yeah, so I appreciate you saying, let us bring a few extra designs. Both of y'all know you talked, and that was my immediate feedback, is I don't like this. So, that's very, very good. And I would just encourage you, I am one of the ones here that wanted a lot more courts. 8's great, I wanted more. The only thing I would ask is, as you put together these options, we've got a budget, we want to obviously stay in that budget, but if we have the opportunity, kind of like McPhee, where we have 4 tennis courts combined, so you cut down on fencing, you cut down on separate pads, combining them all into one piece of asphalt, I think, and one fence going around the whole thing could provide the opportunity to get 10 or 12 courts at possibly the same cost. So that'd be my only encouragement as you look at other opportunities, using the same budget, using the same space. Could we make some cost-cutting moves that would benefit the community by adding a few more courts at the same price? That's it.
Okay, all good feedback. Anyone else have anything the second time around?
I do want to commend the board on their speed in which this has transpired. It's unique, and I just want to say thank you.
Okay. With that said, then let's consider this discussion completed, and I'll ask in favor, please vote by saying yes.
Yes.
Any noes? Okay, let the record show the contract has been approved as requested. Next will be approval of FY25 Town of Farragut Committee appointments, and I think we're ready to announce
We're
that.
ready. So Arts and Beautification, we have Lisa Hall, Joyce Moran, T.C. Williams, Cynthia Howell, and Dot LaMarche. Board of Zoning Appeals, Keith Alley. Museum Advisory Board, Bill Battle, Paul Bergen, Beverly Hammond, Eric Johnson, Joyce Moran, and Christopher Carnes. Tourism and Visitor Committee, we have Erin Gicking, Ron Pinchot, Candace Viox, and Carrie Core. Parks and Athletics Council, Joe LaCroix, Debbie Pinchot, Bill McAdams, and Jerry Pullen. Stormwater Advisory Committee is Jim Bolin and Julie Childers as the at-large. Plumbing, Gas, Mechanical is Stephen Bird, Kenny Scramlin, Stephen Sloan. Visual Resources Review Board is Brittany Moore and Joe LaCroix. Tree Board is Gerald Thornton, Scott Russ, and Edwin Dayton. Education Relations Committee is Amy Abrams and Sarah Tolliver.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, vote by saying yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay, it's done. Okay, next will be the approval of the Tenova Farragut Frosty 5K, hosted by Farragut High School Cross Country Team.
Yes, sir. In your packet is the application for the Farragut Frosty 5K. Yes, they are planning ahead, and it's December 14th. So the event is being presented to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen because of the use of the streets within the Village Green subdivision and Campbell Station Road. The Knox County Sheriff's Department will help provide traffic control, and a nurse will be available for any medical issues. Recommendations: the staff recommends approval of the event subject to proper notification to any affected entities and provisions of adequate traffic control. The applicant is proposing to use volunteers to mark the course. The motion is to approve the event application on December 14th, 2024, involving the use of the town's public rights-of-ways and pedestrian facilities for the Farragut Frost 5K, hosted by the Farragut High School cross-country team.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, resident comments?
No, sir.
None. Boy, they're getting an early start on this. Vice Mayor? Alderman Burnett?
None.
Alderman Meyer?
Pass.
Alderman White?
Nothing.
I have nothing as well. Discussion complete. I'll ask in favor, vote by saying yes.
Yes.
Yes, let the record show. Request has been approved as requested. Next will be approval of the P.J. Parkinson's Run for Parkinson's 5K, 10K race.
Yes, sir. This event is scheduled for the afternoon of September 21st of 2024. It's also, this is being presented to you because of the use of the Village Green subdivision. Portable restrooms and water stations will be provided, and volunteers will be responsible for defining the race route and cleaning up after the event. Knox County Sheriff's Office will also be on hand. The motion is to approve the event application on September 21st, 2024, involving the use of the town's public rights-of-ways and pedestrian facilities for the P.J. Parkinson's 5 and 10K race.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, resident comments?
No, sir.
None. Okay, discussion, Vice Mayor? Alderman Burnett?
None.
Alderman White?
Have nothing.
Alderman Meyer? I have nothing. Discussion complete. I'll ask in favor, vote by saying yes.
Yes.
Let the record show the request has been approved as requested. Next will be the citizens' comments.
No comments.
Nobody signed up, okay. County Administrator's report.
Mayor, I got a couple things for you this evening. One is a report that typically don't have to give the board, but this year we do, and it's at the end of the year. Anytime that we have budget transfers within a fund that we need to do throughout the year, line item transfers, then typically the department heads would give those to me. I would review those and approve those, and then Ms. Myers would move that money into the appropriate accounts. Anytime that number goes above $20,000, we need to come and report that to the board to make sure you understand what we're doing. It's not a budget amendment, it's just a transfer. So tonight I want to talk about a couple transfers that we had to do here at the end of the fiscal year. One is dealing with our custodial services for Town Hall and Public Works Building, as well as our community center. One is for $25,000, and it's just moving line items from one line item account to another. There's no additional funding being given for those custodial services. The other one is dealing with Public Works. I think the board's well aware that we had a pretty big snow event this year. It cost us a lot more in overtime and snow supplies for that event. And so there are several line items within Public Works regarding vehicle maintenance, landscape maintenance, gasoline, and drainage projects that we have reallocated into overtime, clothing, uniforms, event decorations, snow removal and supplies, and major equipment. All of those items will be transferred over within the Public Works Department line items. So that is the only thing I had to report this evening on the budget. And then the other thing I would say is that June 20th, we've got a great Bluegrass Summer Solstice concert event at Founders Park from 6 to 8 o'clock. I hope everybody can make it that wants to attend. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, sir. And we do have a town attorney present tonight, so I'll ask him if he's got anything to add tonight.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I think I will. I've been coming to these meetings for a long time, and I'll have to say tonight was pretty unique in the sense that I've never been at a meeting where I was, in the opinion of one person, the greatest attorney in the state of Tennessee, and in the opinion of another person, I was letting this board run roughshod, conducting illegal activities all the time. And what's really amazing about that is that the person that thought I was the greatest lawyer in the state was adverse to the town and adverse to my position, but the person that thought I was letting you all run roughshod over the law is somebody that I'm supposed to be helping represent. So if you ever wanted to think about how our world has changed over the years and why we are seeming to be in a rather diverse state of opinions about things, that is just an example of how different people have different views. And I'll conclude by saying a reminder that you all have a very, very difficult job. Everything we do, I mean, and I heard the gentleman speaking today, and I thought I admired him for putting it in his religious tone about right and wrong and that kind of thing. But what we have to always remember is every decision that is made is going to affect somebody. It's going to affect somebody maybe positively and maybe somebody negatively. At least in the minds of the people, there's going to be somebody that's not going to like whatever you do. And I think that what I admire so much about the way the town of Farragut operates is that everybody here, regardless of what your ultimate opinion is, you always seem to want to try to at least consider what everybody is saying. Whether you agree with what they say or you don't, you hear them, you listen to them, and that is something that is missing, I think, a little bit too much in today's world. we're gonna have to get back to listening to each other and trying to understand what the opinions of others are and respect those opinions whether we agree with them or not. And that's just a little personal thought I had, and I appreciate you letting me express that.
Okay, sir, well, I guess at this point, I will say that it is 7:37, and without objection, the August 24, 2023 Farragut Board Mayor and Alderman meeting is now adjourned.